C69, welcome back to the channel. Now in today's video we are going to have a look at what I still think is one of the most fun tanks to play in tier 7, other than the Smasher, which we know is extremely OP. Of course, when you are playing an extremely OP tank, then yes, it is going to be fun. However, today we're going to look at the Dracula. The Dracula has been around for some time. Now, those of you that have been around since the Dracula come into the game, a lot of you would have been able to get the Dracula for free because Wargaming bring it in an event with the Helsing, where you could decide which one you wanted to choose in the in the free event. So yes, I got mine for absolutely nothing. At the start, for many years, these and the Helsing were both known to be overpowered. They were very, very strong tanks, very fun tanks to play. Nowadays, with power creep, etc., they are not as OP as they once were, but they are still fun. Not so much the Helsing, but the Dracula is still fun. And even though I still think that this tank is the most fun tank to play in the game, if you double up on Draculas, then it is even more fun. Even though the tank is not special now, if you double up, if you platoon with two of you in a Dracula, honestly, you will have so much fun. And that is why the main reason I have said that this is probably the most fun tank in the game to play. So as you can see, it's got no armor whatsoever. The DPM, nothing special, 2,138, reload time 6.3, penetration 155 on your AP, 237 on your APCR, 45 on your HE. Again, none of that is anything special. The damage, the alpha damage, none of it is special. Only 225 damage per shot. Aim time 3.4, nothing special. Dispersion 0.353, again, not very good. Gun depression, however, is very nice, and of course the top speed of 65 kilometers per hour. So when you look at that tank, on paper, it's actually not very good. It's not very good. On paper, it really doesn't shine in any way. But when you take the tank out in the battlefield, it's awesome. It really, really is awesome tank, and such a fun tank. And that is why I keep saying, and I've said it for years, that no, this isn't the best tank in the game. By all means, it's nowhere near. It's probably not even maybe in my top 10 now. It used to be in my top 5 most OP tanks in the game years ago, but now it's probably not even in the top 10 at tanks being OP. But when it comes to the most fun tank in the game to play, this is number 1. This is definitely number 1. With the speed of the thing, the acceleration of the thing, the automatic track repair as well, which people tend to forget about. So basically, if you get shot on the tracks, it will destroy your tracks, and then it will just automatically repair. So yeah, that thing there is just awesome. So you don't have to use a repair kit. Now again, the penetration, the alpha, and everything like that, nothing really shines on the tank. So it's still a difficult tank to play, and you could still get absolutely torn apart. If you allow tanks to look at you, then you're really not going to bounce anything. Even if you're using the 10 degrees of gun depression, you really are not going to bounce at all, unless you are just extremely lucky. So I mean, if you don't double up these, it probably won't feel as fun. I mean, it's still a fun tank, but you've got to, if you're just going to sit here like we're doing here, then of course, no, it is probably not a fun tank. But the fact that you can just get around the map very, very quickly, and you can get to that top speed very, very quickly as well, then yeah, you can, it's more fun if that's how you play it. You know, if you're just going to sit there behind a ridge, then no, this tank is not going to be fun at all. But if you constantly use the mobility of the tank, that is when it becomes fun. As if you just keep moving, then it becomes very, very fun. And as I've said, if you just sit there, then yeah, you're probably not going to feel it that fun. So the idea of the tank, really, I mean, I'm not really doing it here, but the idea of the tank is to get around the map as quickly as you can and as fast as you can. Now, those of you that have been watching my videos for a long time, I used to stream and I used to do videos like challenge videos, and when I stream, we used to do double these, and we used to do one person goes to the left, one person goes to the right, and our target was to get back to spawn. Our target was to get back to spawn alive, to see who could actually do it. And it really is fun when you can start doing challenges like that. Then that is really fun. So take your shot, get away, and then move on to the next target. Kind of like it's not a light tank, but really with this tank you've got to play it like a light tank. If you don't play it like a light tank, then of course it won't be as fun as people as I'm making it out to be. But definitely it is, for me, one of the best tanks. Not one of the best tanks, but one of the most fun tanks to play in the game. And if you don't have it, then unfortunately this doesn't come around that often. The tank does not come around that often, but when the tank does come around, you can get it in maybe some crates or things like that. So when it does come for sale, it is usually quite expensive. The only time really you can get it for kind of cheap is in the auction. It always comes available in the auction, but they always sell out very quickly. The Dracula always sells out very quickly. And of course, because it is a Halloween tank, it does come for sale usually in crates for Halloween, along with the other Halloween tanks like the Lycon, the Smasher, the Hellsin, the Tankenstein, all tanks like that. Then they usually do come for sale. But Wargaming are not one for just randomly putting this tank in the store. They don't normally put this tank randomly in the store, and I don't even think it's ever been for sale for just gold. Outright gold, where you could just it comes in the store and you could spend 10,000 gold on the tank. But you also got to remember it's a tier 7 tank. Do I think that Wargaming should start selling these tanks? Probably not, no, because once you, even though it's not OP, but once you start getting a few of these in a game at the same time, then that is when it becomes difficult. It's not the tank itself that people can't deal with, because it is a very easy tank to deal with. Very easy tank to deal with. It's got no armor, the penetration's not the best, the accuracy, the aim time, none of that is very good. And you can see the penetration here. Well, we have to really aim in at that guy to be able to get that shot off. So that is not what people are worried about, and that's not what people struggle with when it comes to this tank. It's literally like the speed, the fact that it could be here 1 second and then it could go around the whole entire map the next second, and it doesn't take long at all for a player to get around that map. So yeah, it's a very nice tank when obviously things go your way. If things don't go your way, then yeah, you're just going to get torn apart. No one's going to be able to penetrate you. There is spaced armor around it as well, so you might be able to, people might think that they can penetrate you in certain places, especially the tracks, and they're just going to do sort of splash damage. But the fact that when you get into a bit of trouble, just like our guys doing here, then you could just turn around. The traverse is very quick as well, though the acceleration is extremely quick, and the ability just to circle this tanks. And you can see this ARL is not the slowest of tanks, but the Dracula has no problem whatsoever in circling the ARL. So now he has to obviously make the move. No idea what the ARL is doing. He misses his shot and he is going to get taken out. So currently our guy is on 3 kills, 2.7k damage, and it is a 4 versus 3. But there is 3 tanks right now, all bullying this IS. So he hasn't got great DPM. So he's going to get bullied very quickly. So there's the kill from the IS-2 Berlin. Unfortunately, the Dracula didn't get that kill. He didn't get that kill. He almost got the kill, but not quite. So our guy now, it's a 3 versus 3. There's 3 tank destroyers left. So you do have to be very careful because they could do a big amount of damage. And especially if you come in front of this Emil. And as you can see, he's just trying to make it hard for him. He does get penetrated, but he's going to take that penetration. He's going to take that hit. It's because now the Emil just cannot do anything to him. Literally, he's screwed. he is absolutely screwed, and our guy is just going to sit behind him and absolutely farm that HE. 278 damage brings him down to a one-shot. He's now given up. There's nothing you can do at that point when you are in that mill. So 2 tanks left alive. Our guy is now on 4,200 damage, 4 kills. There's 1 tank, the 88. So 88, he's not really a dangerous target. He is extremely slow. There goes the IS-2. So I would personally probably maybe leave the 88 now and try to deal with the SMV. But he's in that position where he is using that gun depression. So he doesn't have to, he can get on this hill. Excuse me, he can get on this hill and he can shoot the hatch of the 88 as long as he hits. So yeah, he's going to go for the 88 now, but sadly for him, the rock is in the way, so he's going to have to expose his tank a little bit more. But you can see he is looking around the map to see where the SMV is. He can spot the SMV, so he's just going to sort of hide behind this rock so he can still get the shots on the 88. So the 88 is now down to a one-shot. Our guy is on 5,000 damage, just over 5,000 damage. He does take a shot from the 88 there, and he gets a bounce from the other guy. So he needs to take him out, but he needs to not lose any more hit points, because as soon as he gets shot one more time, he will be a one-shot to the last remaining tank destroyer on the enemy team. So what he's trying to do now, he's trying to actually probably reset his camo so he can actually come in, or he's going to go in from a different angle. I think he was actually trying to wait for the 88 to turn to his 88, but sadly it didn't happen. He died, but he has now managed to take that guy out. So he's breaking it down to a 1 versus 1. What he needs to do now is what is exactly he is doing. Reset the camo. He's on 5 kills. Still 2 minutes left, so there's plenty of time left. 2 minutes in a Dracula. You could get around the map about 10 times in that time. So he's got plenty of time. So 5.2k damage, 5.2k damage, and 1 tank left to deal. So while he's trying to find this guy, is anyone out there got a Dracula? Is there anyone out there that really wants a Dracula? Because there are some people out there, they have their targets, you know, they've got their targets and they've got their tanks that they just, their wish list, they've got their wish list. And a lot of the people that don't really spend money in the game, the Dracula is on that wish list, and it is a must-have tank. If you can afford it, I'm not saying go and buy it, because it does come in crates, and I don't recommend buying crates, especially a tier 7 tank. And any tank really. If Wargaming could do away with crates, then I would be one happy person, you know. Just sell it outright. If they want to sell it, overprice it by all means, but just don't put it in crates. And that is one way people are still going to spend money in the game. They're not going to buy crates. They don't want to buy crates because they're not guaranteed the tank. But if they put this for sale for 15k gold or 20k gold, even 20,000 gold, people are still going to buy it. 20,000 gold for a tier 7 tank is unbelievable. Very expensive, but people are still going to buy it. So now pretty much 30 seconds left. He manages to track him, and yeah, this guy, this SMV, no chance in hell, and he is now going to get the final kill. So very well played. 6 kills, 5,900 damage, and the current Hall of Fame, the highest damage done so far in this tank. So well played to this guy here, and a well-deserved ace. So that is the Dracula, guys. The most fun tank, in my opinion, to play. Let me know what you think the most fun tank in the game is. And again, I'm sticking with the Dracula. Let me know what your most fun tank is. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With